The is to be no ego, machismo with fuego, kundalini is my peril, saucy like queso. Watch me with the wrist, no watch, only crystal bracelets. Yeah, we stay lit. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside of me, I ain't going broke. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside of me, I ain't going broke. They ready for the truth. That's why they still praise the outer influences. Just brush off their intuition. Never renovate the inside while styling up the outside. Please don't waste my time with the wisdom of the blind. Only truth through these lines. And I got that never ever ending ill rhyme. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside of me, I ain't going broke. Yeah, we stay lit. We woke. There's riches inside of me, I ain't going broke. Live life timeless. I swear time be making us so damn lifeless. I embody the brightest and trend the lightest. I am you and I. Everything in between is illusion of thee. The truth will set you free. You create your own destiny. Stay close with peace and harmony. Yes indeed, yes indeed. Ooh wait, ooh wait, ooh wait, ooh wait, ooh wait, ooh wait. Grand rising, grand day. Welcome, kings and queens on planet Earth, vibrating and shining, feeling like I'm flowing like Poseidon. Creating these ripple waves to switch up the brain waves to pave way for the new age. Oh, but I'm not talking about the false new age. I'm talking about the ancient ways being brought back to light for us to see the days that we are, to shine in our glory, Because we are the divine signs are all around. Pay attention. Use your third eye. Don't get so caught up with your two eyes. Welcome, everybody, to another sacred space, another beautiful day of Rising with Ra on this wonderful Wednesday. 11/16, I believe, is the date. Yep, 11/16. I had to check in on space and time real quick because I've been outside of it, flowing. Beautiful morning. Got some inner child dancing going on, listening to music, flowing while I was making some pancakes. Then I hopped on Queen Casey Starseeds live, talk about the journey to the jungle retreats. Thank you, Casey, for having me on. And yeah, it's just been beautiful energy this rising. And I'm trying to keep it flowing, trying to share it with y'all and keep it going. Today, it's going to be Crown Chakra Day. So we'll be focusing on the Crown Chakra. And for those of you that don't know me yet, I am your sacred space holder, Christolight, or Marcus, whichever one you prefer. It does not matter. And I'm a Reiki practitioner, crystal healer, intuitive guide, chakra balance coach, Akashic record meditation holder. I do trauma healing meditations as well as soul origin meditations. I also do light language activations, Reiki services, and oracle card readings. If any of these things interest you, you can book a session with me. sacredlight.schedulista.com, which you can access through the link in my bio. And you can look at the services right on the pinned top of my page. And a little bit later on, towards the end of the session, I will be doing a Reiki-focused crown chakra activation with some affirmations. But here in just a moment, we have a wonderful divine sister who is going to be our star guest card reader for the collective today. And our wonderful sister goes by the Lavender Code, holder of the Lavender Violet Purple Ray. And here in just a moment, I will go ahead and introduce her and have her join us. But for now, go ahead and vibe out. I'm going to go grab my tea and we'll get things started.
My name is Ned.
This is that beat that makes you wanna flow down the street. This is that beat that has you 2 or 3 deep, cooped up in the hot box, rolling hot. Try to make sure the ashes don't drop. Best know I left the stash at the spot. These days you gotta stay a step ahead of the cops. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Blind soul, came here to play his role in this new earth. 5D vibes, flowing like hair. I'm a wind chop, setting off harmonic vibes. These are the days we've been waiting on. All the heartaches and pain turning to the better days. Seems like the past is nothing but a purple haze. Yeah, expand my brain, orchestrate my own lane. Create a new timeline, astral projecting out my body frame. Traveling in the hyperdimensional golden plains. I'm the king of this game, cause I know we're all one in the same. They are trying to steal the codes in your brain. So I stand tall, spread my wings like a crane. Gray in love with all my pain. Look me in the eyes, and you do the same. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Open to some jams, getting faded to the everlands. Talk life. Oof. All right. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Ooh-wee. All right. So once again, welcome everybody to Rising with Ra Crown Chakra Day here on this Wednesday. And I am Marcus, aka Christolight, your sacred space holder. And we are live, the return week of Instagram Live for Rising with Ra. And we are also live on YouTube Live. Thank you all for tapping in on YouTube as well. And it's going to be a beautiful day. A lot of singing, a lot of dancing already this rising. I had a beautiful interaction with a hawk in my backyard. Went out back. Beautiful hawk was singing and vocalizing its frequencies as I was sitting out back. And then it went over on top of the pole out back, the electric pole. And I decided to walk over to it and enjoy some telepathic communication with it. It's a beautiful white-tailed hawk. And gosh, I love hawks so much. As you guys obviously have some sort of idea with hawks rising with Ra. Man. And I saw some ravens afterwards. Ravens and hawks, my two favorite birds that have the biggest correlation to me, who I am, my life. And yeah, I'm just feeling everything. Feeling the gratitude, feeling the blessings, feeling the love, feeling the growth, feeling the creative flow. It's all present. As long as you just allow yourself to tap into it and allow it to flow through you. Sometimes we get stiff and stagnant, but we just got to move. And there we go. Yeah, the hawk is the wise counsel, right? The connector, the seer. But real quick, just two announcements before we hop into our collective card reading for today. First announcement is this Friday, here in 2 days, I will be holding my 4 Pillars to Freedom Trauma Healing and Rebirth workshop. And this week, we'll be focusing on the inner child. And for the inner child, we will be doing some therapeutic healing and releasing through painting and drawing. And we will do that instead of journaling. Typically, we journal out our traumas and experiences. But for Inner Child Week, I want to make it really fun and creative. So I thought maybe painting and drawing would be a good way to express the trauma and experience, to release it. And it's also a good way to express your thoughts and emotions as well. And then after that, I will guide us through the signature Reiki infused chakra recalibration meditation with affirmations for each chakra to help release, recalibrate, and restore our being from all of these layers of trauma and experience. If you guys are interested in being a part of that workshop and reserving your spot, feel free to message me for Cash App or PayPal, or you can schedule through my scheduling app, which is also in the link in my bio. You can access it through there. And it is $33 per session, $122 for 4 sessions. Second announcement, Journey to the Jungle Costa Rica retreats. First one's coming up December 6th to the 11th. That is both male and female. And then the second one is going to be January 17th to the 22nd. And that is going to be females only. You can follow Journey to the Jungle here on Instagram for any information. The website is in the highlights. The application form is in the link in the bio, Journey to the Jungle. Or you can message me for any details. That is all for my announcements. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down below, my donations, which I'll also put down below in my description on YouTube. I'm grateful for any donations. Heart-based donations. Beautiful frequencies. Alrighty. And now we are locked and loaded, and we are ready to flow. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit later on, we'll be having a wonderful guest coming on, Shauna Lee, witchy kind of woman. But here in this now moment, it is time for me to introduce our star guest card reader for today on Rising with Ra. And for you on YouTube, coming in on the Sacred Light Hotline, the wonderful sister, the Lavender Code. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on to this space so she can bless us with a wonderful collective reading for the day. Everybody go ahead and welcome the Lavender Code.
Grand Rising, how are you?
Hey, Grand Rising sister, I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm well.
Glad to hear it.
Hey guys.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, Sandra, Shauna Lee, Queen Casey, Red 412, Kendrick Creatrix. Welcome in. It's a blessing to see you all. Grand Rising, grand day, wherever you are on this beautiful planet.
There you go. I wanted to have a cool filter.
There you go. That's what I love about Instagram is the filters. I was missing it on YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube doesn't really provide any of that.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
But just so you do know, and everybody else knows, we are live on YouTube and live on Instagram at the same time.
I want to thank you for having me here and, holding space for me to come and, help serve. This is something that I love to do. So I really, really appreciate you having me on here. And thank you, everybody, for joining in as well.
Absolutely. It's an honor to hold space, and it's an honor to be able to connect with sacred communities such as yourself. And thank you, sister, for being a wonderful vessel of service.
Ashe. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of
Do
crystal.
you want free
they always give me the ads. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of crystal sound bowls in the background for us. And the space is all yours.
I wanted to start off with a collective reading. I just feel like, there's so many changes happening right now. And some people are having a more difficult time than others with transitioning into those changes. I kind of feel like, a lot of us are conditioned to hold on to the things that we know, that are familiar and we're comfortable with. And it may be like the end of a internally, to let go of certain things. I want to kind of shed comfort to those people that are that way, if that was okay.
Space is all yours. As long as everybody here is open, you guys are open to receiving, just go ahead and let that be known with your own conscious that you are open to receive these beautiful healing energies that myself and our sister have for us today. Welcome in, Dawn.
Welcome. The first card I got was the Hangman. And and the Seven of. Okay. So right off the bat, we got so we have the Hangman, the Hermit, and then at the bottom of the deck, the who. This is like the main energy, like I was saying before. We seemingly want to hold on to certain things that seem familiar to us. We have all these fears and doubts, or we put this perception out there, what we of like a life being. And then when things start changing and moving things around, it's not like your goals or anything is not going to be met. It's pretty much things are moving in your divine. Divine is moving for you. It's just moving in a way that seems unfamiliar to you. It seems foreign to you, and so those things can instill some kind of fear. It's just moving certain obstacles out of your way, which sometimes that process of moving those obstacles out of the way can seem hurtful. Those obstacles are that we're comfortable. It can be a person, a situation, anything. But the divine moves those things out of the way because you're comfortable there, it causes you to be stagnant. And so we seemingly, say, oh, well, this is going right because it feels good. Sometimes the things that feel good aren't always the right thing for you. They could be hindering from getting to where you need to be to fulfill your purpose and your divine purpose. So prayer is all about control, right? So that's the main energy. Seemingly wanting to be in control of how we want our life to be. Now we got the Hangman and the Hermit. This is about having a different perspective and going within and tapping into that with. And the reason why a lot of us sometimes we're not moving forward in the way that we think that we should, there are times where we need to be still, and there are times where we feel stuck in that stillness. I'm getting two different things here. I don't know if this is for in the room, but somebody forced to be still so that you can see everything around you is a blessing, and it's causing you to, it wants to pull in the wisdom from the things around, from that stillness. And then someone else, it's the fear of being still. No, you have to you have to take everything in. Someone's very scared, being stuck there forever. And then someone else is very comfortable with where they are and needs to have a fire under their butt to move. So it's two different fire energy, fire under your butt, Knight of Wands. Go with your passions, and it will bring you to this King of Pentacles. I want to ask if people tap and that's okay.
What's that, sister?
I said I wanted to ask if it's okay with you if people tap in if they wanted a card pull.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Someone said, LOL, I pulled passion and heart this morning. Wow. Donations go to myself.
Yep, space is all yours. You may do as you wish.
So if anybody wants a card pull, please just join, and I'll definitely, with your permission, tap into your energy.
Yes. Go ahead and drop it down below in the question box so we can have it in order so I can get through you guys without missing anybody. So just drop it down below in the question box. We got Queen Casey and Shauna Lee so far.
We'll do Queen Casey.
I think Gloriousness as well. I'm not sure if those hand symbols mean that she would like one.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Glorious.
Yeah, so we got Queen Casey first. Wagner, go ahead and put it in the question box so we have it in order. Appreciate all of you guys for being here, sharing space, showing support, showing love.
Yes. So happy to see everybody.
Can you guys hear the singing bowls?
I don't hear anything. I'm not sure if everyone else does.
How about now? Can't hear that?
No, I don't. It could be mine. Yeah, people are saying they can hear it. I probably just can't. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'd love to know of a message from Spirit. Is a move to another country coming up? Okay. Let's see. That's so quick. I was shuffling and saw the words is about moving forward. Some more peaceful water travel. Also, I feel Queen of Cups. Okay, so we got the Queen of Three of Cups, the Chariot reversed, and then the Ten of Cups. You have here, and then your general energy is the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I'm seeing here, I don't think it's going to be in the near future. I think it's going to take some work. There are things here that maybe you need to finish first. This has a lot to do with tapping into like emotional ties that you may have, like kind of, I don't know why I'm hearing the word quarter, like quartering wound. It's like, yeah, like you're quartering a wound, like you have an open wound and you have to like burn it shut in order for that wound to not bleed anymore. Like you have some here. And before you move forward, like there's some angle that needs to be done. It doesn't mean that you heal before you move forward. There's some ties that need to be cut. And then, wow. So you have, okay. So you have the number 13 coming up and the number 7. The number 13 and the number 7. The 7 is a very divine number, but the divine is, I feel like the divine is the one that is kind of like holding you back from making these very drastic, or you even are emotionally ready to do so. I feel like if you were to make a change, like it would be a little more difficult for you as opposed to you moving forward, something like that. So there's a reason why you're still. You have a lot of things around, a lot of blessings around you that, you know, take them in, up for your higher self to guide you toward the thing you do need to be. But taking the blessings being in the moment, surrender whatever it is that you're looking to let go of, and then the divine will guide you in the step toward making that move. But right now, there's some things that you have to cauterize, if that makes any sense.
Is that for Syria or Casey?
That's for Casey.
Okay, so that's for Casey, Syria.
I'm going to pull up.
Then after Casey, we have Shauna Lee.
Magic and patience. So we have patience. And then magic came out. I feel like this has everything to do with you being still. It's like building momentum right now. Right now you're building momentum. That's why the divine, yes, you cauterize those wounds, start, doing whatever you have to do to make that you're emotionally ready to let go of all these things. Moving to a country is a huge step. And it's going to, you're going to feel it a lot more.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so if you're talking about the moving, that was Syria's question in the comments.
Was it?
So you're doing it for Syria then, if you're talking about that.
Oh, okay. I am so sorry. I must have. Oh, I did. I'm so sorry about that.
So I think this one was for Syria then.
Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, I apologize. Sorry.
That's okay. And then after that, we have Casey, and Casey just has a general.
Yes, and we'll do Casey. My apologies, Casey. But I feel like This is definitely you doing something to like build momentum. You building momentum. There's a reason why you're being still. Why you're being told to stay still. Don't get into your head, oh, this is taking, when is it going to happen? When is it going to, divine timing. It's definitely divine. When it does happen, it's going to be a beautiful move. It's like the preparation for that move. So the stillness is preparation.
I love that you said that. The stillness is preparation. Because a lot of times we get so like just caught up in the stillness and we think that we have to be doing something else. But
Right.
It's about the balance of preparation and action. And we get so programmed in this society with this toxic masculinity of drive, 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 drive. And it's just like there's a balance, we're rejecting our feminine side of ourselves when we don't allow ourselves to be still, to surrender, to take care of ourselves internally.
Yes. Ashe. I honestly think I'm starting to see where, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, they're teaching us to be still. Those two sides of ourselves, we need them to be balanced. We can't constantly compete with the outside world. Sometimes think and be still within ourselves. And a lot of times, sometimes people realize it, but receiving isn't always easy for some people. Because so conditioned to give and give and do and do and do. Sometimes receiving takes a lot more strength than it does, to do.
And another thing is too, and this came up yesterday, I was in God is Switching Up the Code. I'm sure some of you guys know her. She was live with Soul Awakening with Sandra. And they were talking about that stillness and stuff. And something that came through to me to share was it's actually the act of receiving love. When we're in stillness and we're allowing ourselves to be in it, that is an act of receiving love. Think about how many times we reject receiving love by feeling like there's a problem with us being still and receiving healing, receiving grace, and receiving regeneration. That right there is receiving love.
It really is. Thank you, Surya.
Thank you all for the support for our sister with that mix-up. Casey said
so
it's okay. Wagner said you're doing great. And you are doing great.
Thank you very much. Facet in terms of perspective, we all have our own language for it. That's very true. Very true. Okay, so next is...
So next we're going to do Casey, because she was the first one in line.
Perfect.
And
so Casey...
She's just got a general.
She just wants a general.
So I'll just kind of I'll direct the line for you so you can stay focused in your energy.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Kemet Yoga, go ahead and put it in the question box. That's right, Red. She is the aces. Bringing that violet lavender code.
Ashe, Ashe, thank you. Got the star card, Casey. Casey, have you been seeing any red birds lately? Like cardinal? Understood. No, I don't think I have those here. Okay. Well, if you do see one, know that cardinal is hoping for you just in case. I mean, I'm not exactly sure where you or any kind of like red, even in your dream, be something, you could see a red feather even, but that's a message for you that the divine is trying to connect to you. You also have the Ten of Swords and the Sun reversed, right? But then you have the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I feel like I'm already feeling the Magician and the Star. If you went through something really, really tough and you're feeling off balance because of it, like the only direction that you're going from here is up. Like there's no other way up. There's nowhere else for you to go but up from here. You have every single thing that you need within you. So long as you tap in, you have every single thing you need within you. The Star and the Magician, like they're trying to tell you, like you have so much going. You have so much power within yourself. You have such a strong connection, and do not take that for granted. So whatever happens here in the city, like just know that you can release control of that. Once you release control of that, the divine comes in and like takes you to it. So I want to point something out in both cards. So the Magician, he has all his tools. He's got the Pentacle, and he has the Wand, right? And then you see the Infinity above his power is infinite. And then you have the Star card, so she's essentially here with the water. She's on the ground. She has the divine over her, does everything it's all divine. They're with you. So you have the connection of receiving from the divine. You have the connection to the divine to receive. And then here on the as well, even though the Magician does work, the alchemy, so it's, 2 in 1, kind of like you have here physically, and then you do with it metaphysically. Those 2 things are going to be such a drag if you just allow it. If you do not allow for whatever it went through to consume you. There literally is nowhere else to go but up from here.
I love that. It makes so much sense too for Casey with what she's been through and her story, and the way that she's now coming out about her story publicly and really stepping into a leader-like position and role with using the strength and wisdom from her past and her story. And yeah, I just gotta say, Casey, keep at it, but also remember that there's nothing to prove with it, and that you don't have to over-access yourself by feeling like you need to be doing something every day with sharing it. Just feel intuitively where you need to be sharing your story, sharing your strength, and allow it to be that, but also give yourself periods of grace where you're giving yourself that solitude to continue to release the layers from that past.
Ashe. Purify, and then the Star card. Like, I feel like the Star is so pure, but it's also asking you to purify through the divine, and then try to fill out right in. And I feel like that has. So even though the Sun came out reversed, still doesn't mean that even though the sun is still like seemingly at the very, when we look at it from the horizon, it's always from there going to rise. It still shines bright. It could be behind clouds, it still shines. It could be nighttime, it's still else. Like the sun is always gonna shine regardless. There is no stopping it. So I feel like we can go through a period of darkness, but the sun is always going to shine. Think of yourself essentially as that.
Yes. Ashe. Welcome in, Christian Dixie.
Welcome. And that's what I have for me.
Beautiful. And up next we have Shauna Lee, Witchy Kind of Woman. And let me see here. Just a general from Spirit. Please and thank you.
Ashe.
Love it in the room.
Ashe. Yeah.
Shauna Lee, if you want to come on a little bit later on, you could definitely share some light language with us.
Yes. Well, I would love to see that.
Or matter of fact, Shauna Lee, Shauna, if you want to come on now, go ahead and send a request. You can get your reading later on here.
Yes.
Send that request, sister. Here she comes. Everybody, Shauna Lee, Witchy Kind of Woman.
Hi.
Hello.
So good to connect with you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for this. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for allowing me and trusting with your energy. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Is there a connection?
Okay, stop smiling.
I really too. My cheeks are just.
Wow. Okay. So you have two queens on the bottom deck. And then the first queen that fell out was the Queen of Cups. We have the Devil. And then Judgment. Okay. And then you have Preserve, Connection, and Adaptation. And then on the bottom of that deck is Strength.
That was Strength, you said?
Yes, ma'am. I'm seeing here you having to put up certain boundaries in order to protect your energy, so that I feel where you want to step out emotionally and you hold yourself back from doing it. And so in order to not have that feeling, I don't know if it's with a certain situation or a person, but you allow yourself to have the boundary and feel bad about it.
Yeah, it is with a person. It's with a person.
So in here, like the devil, a lot of people see this as like a terrible thing. I honestly don't feel like this is a terrible thing for you. I feel like this more here, where if I say no to being around this situation or person, I don't want them to get me in a certain light. But in that, your own boundary. And so in order for you to protect yourself, you've got to stand firm and not really like, I don't want to say to not care about them, but you've got to be not feeling your decision is the best thing for them, because essentially it's not, you are important, should be most important, and it's also to keep you emotionally balanced as well, you know. So I'm very drawn to, like, you see the Queen of Cups, she has seemingly like a cup.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually like, I feel like an earth, okay, for all of her emotions that have been dealt with, but this person is bringing all of that back up and to come back out. And so essentially, you don't want to revert back to feeling that way. So now boundaries kick in. Great. Okay, and also your connection to the divine. The more you consult with the divine, you know, mind, body, and spirit, they're going to guide you to how do I properly put boundaries so that it not what the person might be feeling this way.
Right, yeah, because I'm so empathetic. I feel the weight of when I put that boundary in place. I feel how they're feeling, and I'm taking on a lot of guilt because of that, and it's kind of keeping me from keeping those boundaries really in place, and like the way that they really need to be. And I feel like what Spirit's telling me is that when I put that boundary in place, that's not just for my highest good, but it's also for their highest good, because it's teaching them something that they really need to learn.
Okay. And understand that the word no is a spiritual word. The word no is a very spiritual word. It's okay to say no. It is so, like, it's not self-preserving, you know. So take that with you.
Thank you so very much. I'm so very grateful for this. Thank you.
Welcome, Ashe. Thank you so much for allowing me to, you know, to hold space.
Yeah, you're really great. You're very, very intuitive, and I love the way that you deliver your readings. You have a lot of heart, and I can feel the way that you feel other people very deeply. Very honored. Thank you.
Very much.
Beautiful. And just so everybody knows, all donations that get sent out to my Cash App or PayPal, they go to myself along with our star reader, Lavender Code. So they do get split. All donations get split. And Shauna Lee, would you like to share some light language with us before you head out?
Yeah, absolutely. If everybody can just breathe into their heart space three times, nice and deeply into your heart space, and just be open to receive. Asaudi Narahami Ali Aruutishiyada Dari Abi Ete Asauni Nuhu Ayadi Idis Wali Adu Suuti Ay Uru Ata Marua Yahidi Adi Ina Uni Ya Ali Iti Alua Yahadi Itis Sabiadu Nuuru Ayahada Alu Ana Asaidi Baanu Hu Ayahidi Ali Ayanaita Aru Ayahi Ini Baru Ayati Iti Maasaidi Suuliti Naru Ayahada Adi Wani Aya Atu Utis Awe awadi emi awasta awe awadi awe diebe ame awasta aluadea bea nadi ami awesa aluawadi bea diete Amia was the Abia Louis Salia wa Abia Lua.
Oh gosh, I got a tear.
Thank you for receiving. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for your reading, sister.
Oh my god.
Very grateful.
Thank you. I'm grateful for you.
Oh,
Love you.
thank you, Shauna. Oh
Oh, she's
gosh.
light.
Oh god.
She's so beautiful. I
Ooh.
love her.
My like whole entire chakras from like the heart and up were just like
I just saw like little white ribbons.
wow. That was so needed. So grateful. Aloha Mountain Mystic. If you are still here. No you're not, but aloha anyway to your spirit. All right. Oof. Up next. That was a good little refresh for in between. Ooh.
Real.
All right, up next we have Wagner and a general reading. If you guys would like a reading and you haven't put it in the question box, go ahead and put it down below in the question section. And you're doing a great job today. Thank you for coming on and being so open to doing all these readings. Just whenever you feel intuitively, you know that your energy is done for with it, just allow it to be and we can move on. It's okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, it's 12:12 right now.
Oh, 12-12, 3-3.
3.
Gloriousness, go ahead and drop it in the question box.
It's the little question box next to the thing on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
Yep. Oof.
Oh, wow. Two kings and right. This is for Wagner. So, okay. Yeah. Alright. So, somebody is very attractive in energy here, okay? And they're very attractive because they're in touch with both sides of they have both, you know, fire is a masculine energy, but, you know, it's a queen here. It doesn't have to be like a female. It's just whoever this is very attractive. Their feminine is very attractive, and the fact that they move forward like a masculine, so very attractive. Someone else around this person gets insecure because of that. Okay, the Queen of Wands, like attractive, and then what fell out was attractive. Okay, whoever this King of Cups in the reverse is, when they're around this Queen, if you look at the cards, he's like looking at her, she's looking at him, but the way he's looking at her, it's like he feels emotionally out of balance because what she pushed forward, how she presents herself, how she just naturally is comfortable with presenting herself in that way. And so with this 4 of coins here, and then you have I'm hearing like stand around, don't allow for anyone else's, emotions or the fact that they may be moment set you off balance. And the roles could be vice versa. It doesn't be like someone else is feeling like this. It could be like this about someone else. I am feeling like a truth does need to be spoken in order for the to be like an even. Let's put all cards out on the table. Let's talk about our feelings, and let's balance everything out. Essentially, this Queen of Wands isn't wrong, for exuding all this energy out. But sometimes we don't have to be doing anything for others to feel insecure about how we are as people. But it's because of what they feel in themselves that they lack. So what they see that you have, they may feel like they lack. And so it's quite the, if they see it could be what they have in them. And again, this could be vice versa. It doesn't have to be that it's you who's attracting, you being feeling off balance of how someone presents themselves. So, I guess take it however it is, but I think things do need to be spoken about. And approach with caution, like, with this person's feelings. I'm not saying don't say how you feel at all, but like it's all about in your approach and the words you say and how you speak them. Try to do it with like a open heart if this is you in this position. And if you're in the other position where you're feeling like this about someone else, then speak how you feel with a loving heart still. Yeah, okay. This could be someone in your family or someone, from your past, an old friend. Could even be a lover, but whatever it is, whatever be spoken, it should happen. And it should happen, in a loving way.
Wow, that was so good. I took some things from that as well, for sure.
Ashe. Ashe.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, Wagner, for letting me in.
Okay, Kevin. Yeah, we'll get to yours in a moment. You're supposed to put it down below in the question box, the little question mark down below by the comments.
Ashe, Wagner. No problem. Next.
That is so good, because like I gotta say, like, yeah, sometimes people come into our life and they'll notice certain attributes that they haven't experienced from a partner before, or someone they're attracted to from their past experiences with old partners. And then this kind of like subconscious thing will come out where they feel a little bit too comfortable with themselves, and they feel like they can just like maybe start practicing different things on you, or just like practicing certain ways that they've always wanted to be treated that they've never been able to practice with these other people. But then they kind of come from a place of their own self rather than that equal empathic feeling of, okay, like he's still his own being and I'm still my own being. But I have to also be able to separate the fact that just because he holds his ground or he has these certain attributes that I've never experienced from a partner that I've always wanted, doesn't mean that I can just go ahead and start practicing like these different things that I've never been able to practice on them, and then hold them up to the standards of these practices just because I see that he's a little more open and a little bit more receiving. Yeah. And yeah, sometimes they can get stuck in their own box about it and just try to implement certain tactics and certain things onto you because they see you this way and they haven't been able to experience such openness in the past. And I feel like it's like almost like a what would be the word? It's almost like putting obligations on the other person to like have to fit into the new box that they're now making. And yeah, just don't allow yourself to get boxed in by the other person's belief systems, their conditioning, their boundaries, and other things. Allow yourself to still be you. And if it doesn't match or resonate, I mean, you know what it is. Keep flowing as you.
Ashe, yep. I mean, I think essentially, as we grow, we ascend outside of our past relationship. What we've learned that we want and don't want from those relationships, we, of course, grow after those connections end. And we're more open to receiving, like you said, certain things. It's true. Other people see that, and then they'll try to, I guess, maybe test the water, or just say, oh, they're okay with it, or they'll be okay with it because they're such
exactly.
And it doesn't that doesn't always mean that. It just means like, I'm open to like seeing what we can do together. However, I still have boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not like your testing ground where you can like test out your new programs and beliefs on me.
Exactly. I've been through that.
And all right, we got Lemon in the room. Welcome in, everybody. And up next, we have Kemet Yoga. What do you see with my music? Thank you. And then after Kemet Yoga, we have Yazet Yeah, Zetis Eve, if she is still in here, let me see.
Yes, yes.
She's not in here any longer. I mean, if she pops back in, we can definitely get her. But if not, then it'll be Christian.
Okay.
All right, now it's Kemet Yoga with music. Ooh. A little selenite swipe, the energy.
Yes.
Kindred Creatrix, did you put yours down in the question box? Yeah, you guys gotta put them down in the question box, down by the comments with the question mark. Trying to keep things in order for everybody.
That one just judgment reverse. Okay. We got a bunch of cards. Okay. So your music is how you communicate, Kemet? And don't be closed off with other people. I don't know if maybe you maybe have tried to work with people prior and things didn't go right for you. There's some like earth and fire energy here. Like it's like there's like that you know, nurturing energy into your music, and you put that into your music, and you know it's coming from a place of very deep passion. But if you in the past have tried to someone else and it didn't go right with you, right for the partnership, don't allow for that to hold from working with other people, because I feel like if you do decide to work with someone else and collaborate, that can be a real thing. But just use your intuition about whatever you make. I keep fruitful. Be fruitful. So essentially, when we're being fruitful, and I'm starting to channel now. This is where it's getting deep. Okay. So when we're being fruitful, we are working with we plant our seed being us. We're working with the earth, someone else, another element. The water comes down, another person, another element. The sun shines, another element. But this is all a partnership. In order for you to be fruitful, you have to work with other beings, with other people, with other spirits, with other guides. You have to put also the divine from within yourself. It doesn't be a physical person. It could be the divine within yourself. So if you are trying to kind of like spiritual music, don't be scared to put anything out that's spirit. You can't put something out that's spiritual and then use your ego at the same time. Like it just doesn't work. One is gonna counterbalance. Like you have to let go of your ego and just allow for spirit to take over and push that out through you. Push out your music through you from the divine, if that makes any sense. Like you're kind of like conduit for spirit to talk through you through music. This is how you communicate. But you have to be willing working with others. This is how you're going to be divinely guided as well. Like you're not going to be divinely. You're going to be guided and abundance. So the abundance card, it's not always monetary value. I feel like this is more of like the abundance of energy that you have to put out into the world, that you can give to be fruitful. And the more you give of yourself, the more of authenticity that you give, the more you attract. This is a very, very strong reading. Very strong reading. Yeah, wow. Yep, and work with strategy. Work with strategy as well. Yeah, growth, yeah. So it's definitely going to grow, but you have to be willing to implement either other people, other partnership, working with the divine, working with what you have, not being afraid of putting your authentic self out there, allowing for the divine to work through you as a conduit. Yeah, all of that is just coming into one. You have a new partnership that's rekindled. Yeah, okay. And this partnership is also my guide. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So definitely, use your intuition and keep pushing forward. Like don't hold anything back, because you have a lot of power to do what you need to do to see what you want to see.
Hydration check, everybody.
Oh, yes.
Drink that water.
Water.
Drink that water.
Be right back.
Awesome. Me too. I'm gonna get some water. Allow yourself to take a little break, everybody. We will continue our readings here in just a minute. We'll go ahead and play a song for us too. I'm gonna play this King Marco song. Now we can get back to it.
Hey, let's go. What's animosity for? Holy presence when we step through the door. Conscious living though I did it before. Come that ladder, living life from the core. Heart power with a hidden sour. Reach the highest tower with the ancient flower. Came for nothing, we starting so hard to keep trusting. They know that we buzzing out, everyone bumming now. Teeth shining like my aura do. Blast off spirit molecule. Superstition from impossible. CLE we unstoppable. Hard work brought that shit to light. Cali blazing through the day and night. Never thought the future get this bright. Still searching for a better life. Sacrifice everything to get where I am. All of this was part of a plan. Getting these bands, spreading love to the fans. Had to stop living my life by command. Rose up from the hell I found. Now we lifted up, spirit so profound. Might die immortal when I'm in the ground. Everybody wake when they hear the sound. When they hear the sound.
Our presence is so much joy. Some cannot endure. Holy is how we feel. Don't stray, keep it real. Yeah.
Money plans for the DMP. Activated my chakras. Sitting there with room for zombies. Damn. Feeling awfully awkward. Meanwhile, I feel like Jesus in the flesh. Christ consciousness got me flowing through the times. Now I realize what's around me is being used for a silent robbery of the soul. There's no way I can let that go. They call me King Marco. Go on with the golden flow. And the go is the prophet and the pharaoh. Just go from head to toe. Doing it for the love and the 513. consciously lifting souls from hell we rose.
Our presence is so much joy. Some cannot endure.
Man,
On fire.
that's your boy, King Marco. Follow me on YouTube, King Marco.
Ashe.
Just type in King Marco, We Woke, and you will find me.
It's cool, sis.
Have a beautiful day, Red.
Funny story about Red. Not funny, but it was a divine story. I work in a bookshop that was also a metaphysical shop. I used to give readings in this tiny little room that could literally fit 2 people in a table. And she came in for a reading one day, and then that was like history. Like, her and I just connected. We've been soul sisters ever since like 2018. So just from her coming into that store, we had such a beautiful connection.
Wonderful. I'll give her a follow.
Yes. And then Kendrick Creatrix, I've known as a teenager. Like, that's my sister.
Oh, okay. So let me see here. Welcome in, sisters.
Yeah.
I'm live pretty often, so feel free to pop in anytime.
My
I also
spiritual-
have, I'm not sure if they're aware, but I hold a workshop every Friday for trauma healing.
Yeah, I've spoken to them about the services that you provide. So
Awesome. Appreciate that. So up next, we can do, because Christian's not here anymore, so we can go ahead and do Kindred Creatrix, since she's been waiting for a while.
nice. Okay, perfect.
And Kindred Creatrix, was there a specific topic that you had in mind? I'm looking back here. Nope, just a general. Okay. But the trauma healing class is on Zoom, and it is $33. So you do have to pay in order to reserve a spot, but it is very much worth it.
It's amazing. I attended on Saturday, and I can attest that that was the most thorough, most helpful meeting of minds that I have attended as of late. Like, it was very, very healing. Very healing.
And this week we'll be doing inner child focus, and we'll be doing expressing for our inner child through painting and drawing our traumas and experiences through our thoughts and emotions. And then I do a Reiki infused chakra recalibration meditation with affirmations. If you guys are interested, just direct message me and I can get you all situated on how to join.
Feeling some Leo energy with you, Kindred. Reversed, Knight of Wands, reversed. Then we have the Page of Cups reversed. And then I'm feeling here makes any sense. So, like, if you're not feeling particularly, let's just say, today I'm not feeling that pretty, right? And then someone comes to us and says, "Oh, you look beautiful today," but inside, you're feeling like, you know, like you're feeling beautiful today. And that one thing, when they say that to you, it's like you gravitate to that because that big moment. Be careful with those connections that it's not ego based. They're, just to like stroke your ego. Those connections can be more detrimental than you think. And I want to tell you to use your gut with these messages as well. You are going to have to make a divine choice. What is it going to be? Is it going to be one or the other? I'm going to go with my or I'm going to go with. And either way is not a wrong way. There's no mistakes. Your no are the wrong choices. Like, you make reason. However, if you want to go to higher ground, I want to say listen to your intuition as opposed to your ego. You don't want to allow for what the moment of weakness to lead you into something that is going to be detrimental just because it feels good for the moment. It's like momentary satisfaction. Sustain, tribulation, nourish. So right now you may feel like very abundant in your energy, okay? But I feel like Spirit wanting you to keep your balance when you are feeling like that and nourish as allowing for other people to nourish you. Because sometimes the best nourish ourselves. Because we want, and I said this to someone yesterday, we are always going to want what's best for us more strong than someone else is going to want for us. I can want the best, but you want better self. You know what I mean? So while you may be feeling, that momentary weakness, you want to feel good. How can I say? You want to feel good. You don't want to feel weak in this moment. So when that person said, you're not weak, you're strong, Y and Z, and there's that moment, you want to continue on feeling. However, that's a momentary thing. That's just temporary satisfaction. So as opposed to allowing for your ego to be stroked from someone else, allow yourself to be nurtured by yourself as opposed to someone else nurturing an outside source. Saying that happening to hurt you, but saying like it comes more strong from yourself because you want that more for yourself more than anybody else could ever want it for. If that makes any sense. I hope that that's making sense. Because it's like when we those periods of like we're feeling kind of down in one particular moment of our lives. Sometimes it just takes one person to say one thing, and then there's like action there, but we think that it's a deep connection, very surface level connection, just because they stroked our ego for that moment. If that makes any sense. I know for sure.
That was good.
I've been like, somebody gives me a compliment and I'm like, hey, like it's kind of like you feel good and then you want to keep that connection alive because that connection feels good. It's more ego, than anything else. Not realizing that it can trip you up.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime I start catching myself in that, I just like, I start remembering, because it's a boundary of mine, is to not allow allow outside influence to direct my energy, whether it's positive or negative. And master alchemists understand that, because you want to be responsible for your energy flow. You don't want an outside source responsible of if you're positive or negative.
Yep.
Because what goes one way goes back the other, the law of rhythm.
Yes.
And that's why even all the compliments I get about holding space and all these other things, I don't sit here and allow it to bloat me and make my ego get inflated. That's why I don't really put too much reaction into all the compliments that I get in the comments and stuff, because I already understand who I am and what I'm doing for spirit. And it's not that I'm not receiving, it's just I'm receiving, but I'm not allowing it to fill my ego. And like I said, what goes up goes down, what goes left goes right. But if you stay in the center and just recognize the whole entire cycle of receiving and giving, you can control your own emotional system. You can control your own energy system. And, yeah,
you just what I was trying to say in so one nutshell.
It's just master alchemy. It's the laws of the universe, the Kabbalion. For anybody that knows the Kabbalion, the Hermetic principles of Thoth. These are all things that Thoth teaches.
Those are the 47. Is that like the 40? I forget what that's called.
Are you talking about the 42 laws of Ma'at?
The laws of Ma'at. That's not the same.
No, this is called the Hermetic principles.
Hermetic principles. I have to learn more about that.
Yeah, the Kabbalion, the teachings of Thoth, right here.
Okay.
Ancient Egyptian and ancient Greek philosophy. Philosophy, they call it, because they had to call it philosophy to code the name.
Okay.
Because it gets crucified and also gets, gets told it's wicked and all these other things.
Yeah.
I'll hold a live one day. I'll hold a live one day, and I'll talk about the Hermetic principles and alchemy and stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
I should, yeah, you definitely should.
There's a lot of history to it.
I would love to learn more about that.
But yeah, amazing reading. I'm glad that I was able to connect to that. So beautiful. I love how the divine works.
Yes.
Welcome in, Energy Soul Child.
Welcome.
All right, let's see who else we have here. Oh, Christian's back.
Christian, you ready?
Christian's just got general messages. You've been going for a while, girl. You're doing great. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. So this is something that I love to do, and if at any point you gotta cut me off, you gotta cut me off. But
no, you're good.
I love
good.
This is something I used to do this like every single day.
And then after that, we have gloriousness, and that will be it for today. And I'll be doing a crown chakra Reiki session afterwards. A little quick one to activate our crown chakra. And for everybody out there, all donations will get split between myself and our star guest reader, Lavender Code, just as I do for all my Rising with Raws now. I split it with my guest.
Ashe, thank you.
It's a collaboration.
Okay. All right, at the bottom of the deck, you have the full rebirth. What came out is the Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups reverse. You have the Four of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and then the Devil reverse. The Devil has been coming up a lot in readings, like not other readings that I've given, but I like to see it in the reverse. What I'm seeing here, honestly, like, there's no one like you.
Phew, got that right.
There is no one like you. And I say that, like, I'm just, like, thinking of the smile. There is, like, you just need to stuff that up into your energy. And when you feel like you're, not really feeling down about anything about yourself, just understand how unique and beautiful you are internally and how to do that externally. Like, you naturally get trouble. So the mindset, when it can get to you certain moments and you're questioning, your position on earth, or your position in certain people's lives, or just you in general. I'm just getting like a mother figure, like looking down. I don't know if that's like your actual mother or just someone who's with you all the time, like a feminine energy that's always, and you probably can connect that feminine energy. She's like a divine that's always with you. You can probably that divine feminine energy when you're meditating or when you're still or through your dream. But anyway, they're there like, no matter what, you should always know how beautiful and unique you are and what you give to the world. No one else can do that like that. And continue to pour into yourself. The more you pour into yourself, it's kind of like it's over, and then others are nurtured from what spills over. It's kind of like this endless fountain when you pour into yourself, So when it goes over, people are feeling that and they're loving it, and it goes, when you do that, you're not ever empty. It just keeps going, giving, and you keep giving, and you keep giving, and you keep receiving, and you keep giving. Like what you have, and just be careful with that mindset. Like, don't get stuck up in moments where you're feeling less than. Like, don't ever stop dancing and singing. Don't ever stop doing what makes you. Just because you're feeling a certain kind of way in a moment. Like, it's okay to rest. Some things that we love, it's okay to rest. Because we learn to appreciate them more when we stop and then we go back to them. But don't ever like complete just because. Build and strength. So I feel like this force is you build. So So then when you do have to be at rest, that's like energy so I can give forth. Well, again, this is giving to yourself, that constant flow into your own self so that it can spill over and give to others. Okay? Even at a point of strength, you know? Like if you have to give strength to give first. And don't be afraid to do that. Stop for a moment. I'm also hearing like 4 weeks. I don't know what that means. You know, maybe you have to like, you know, yourself for a couple of weeks. You know, just pour into yourself for a couple of weeks before you're able to like go back out and pouring into others. But whatever it is, just understand that take a rest. That doesn't mean that you're no good or you should feel bad about taking a rest. You should never feel bad about taking a rest. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anyone else. And that's what I have for you, Christian.
I love that. Welcome in, Fox. That's so good for you, Christian. And I want to say too, I know it can be easy for us in this human perspective to treat places, treat periods, and treat times and space as destinations. And try not to treat things as destinations. So like if you're going to take a break from here, don't treat it like a destination, like, oh, I'm never going to come back, or like, I'm not going to be coming back to the community, I'm not going to be hopping on live again. Like, it's not a destination to rest. And it's not a destination when we achieve something or when we create something new. There's still more to go. We're still on the journey, and it's never a destination. So I just wanted to put that out there because that came through.
Okay, that's a deep message.
Because a lot of times when we create destinations inside of our mind with these things, we limitate the divine, we limitate the journey, and we limitate the whole experience as a whole. And it can create these limitations in our mind that also place what would be like frustration, anger, resentment, and obligations and expectations on how things are supposed to be, because we thought that, oh, Mercury retrograde happened, now it's all over and it's a destination because I'm supposed to have achieved this through it. There's so much more, and it's a continuous operation of life. So just want to put that out there and remember that we are always in continuous change of vibration.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's you know how we sometimes feel like we're going in circles. It's not circular, spiral. You know, like it's an upward spiral. The more we grow, we may be met with the same situations and people and other things that we've maybe met with before, but because we're elevating and we're evolving, and you know, we take from those experiences that we've done in the past when we're met with them again, you know how to do that and date again, and next time we meet up with everything, we keep elevating and you know. So it's not a circle. You may not be meeting. Why is this happening again? No, don't think of it like that. You know, feel it again. No, we're cyclical. However, those cycles, when they do happen, take whatever you learned and use it, apply it, you know, for the next time.
Love that. All right, and our final reading for Rising with Ra today on Wednesday, November the 16th, by our wonderful sister, the Lavender Code. If you guys haven't followed her yet, go ahead and follow her, the Lavender Code. And I'll also be putting her information down below in the description on YouTube Live for all of you on YouTube. Thank you all for tapping in. And our final reading is going to be Gloriousness. General reading. And if any of you guys out there would like to be a special guest for either card readings, share a meditation practice, breath work, yoga, or whatever you're brilliant and beautiful at, feel free to let me know, and I can have you come on as a star guest for Rising with Ra. Give you the opportunity to spread your light and awareness for the others out in the collective community.
You have the King and the Queen of Swords here. Like a divine counterpart union. You have the Three of Wands that came out first in the reverse, the Wands in the reverse. And then you have the Four of Pentacles that came out last. And then your overall is the Four of Wands in the reverse. I'm feeling here an open and honest discussion needs to be had. Truths need to be told. Boundaries need to be set. And someone needs to let go of whatever they're holding onto because it's causing them to get extremely off balance and extremely, angry. So there just needs to be an open and honest discussion. It can be with two very, like-minded individuals. We're like, all right, let's come together because I know that you're going to receive this well. And I need you to tell me your truths because I'm going to be open to receiving that well. Whatever it is that you're holding inside or vice versa, and it could be both people holding things inside of each other, it does need to be spoken about because otherwise there will be no progress and there will be an ever turning cycle of them. So truths need to be spoken and boundaries need to be more of like drawing the line as opposed to building walls. So I'm allowing you to speak that wall I'm not building, but these are the boundaries that I have. So please don't, pass this line, with any hurtful words or any anger or, anything else. And I'm feeling like this, for some reason, I'm feeling like this is coming in the winter time. Winter's not that far from, like it's coming in the winter time. I don't time frames, but I'm really feeling like winter time. It has to be had. This has to be had before then or by then. Because otherwise it's just going to turn into a vicious cycle. This could be a discussion that you could be having with someone from your childhood. Or maybe from like a past life, that you've known this person from before, another lifetime that you just now encountered. Courage. Don't be up. In fact, this has been coming up a lot. So remember that what you put out there, you get back, is what I'm getting with that attraction card this time. What you're putting out there, you're going to get back. Someone to be honest with you and be authentic with you, you have to put that out there. You know, it's giving and receiving, the balance. You cannot hold it within yourself and then expect for someone else to give if you're not giving. So if you're not going to be or honest about your feelings, you can't expect someone else to do that, you know? You can't expect for someone to be honest about their feelings if you don't ask questions, you know, and vice versa. So sometimes what we give is that curiosity as to how you're feeling. If they don't know that we're curious about how they're not going to be able to quench that curiosity. You know, they're not going to be able to answer any unasked question that makes any sense. So this is what I think is like. Have the courage to ask the question. They seem like they're going to make us look like a fool or, you know, weak or whatever. No, you don't get things answered. You know, questions don't get answered if you don't ask. Get told if you don't ask about them or if you don't tell your. So that's what I'm getting for you.
Wow. Wonderful job today.
Ashe, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's an honor. Thank you for giving so much of your time and energy for us today. I think you did like at least 10 readings. I mean, wow, that is phenomenal. And thank you all that have been open to receiving readings today from our Divine Sister, the Lavender Code. And thank you all for tapping in and supporting as well on Instagram Live and YouTube Live. And if you want to stay on for the Crown Chakra Reiki, you can. It's going to be pretty quick. I'm not going to make it long and extensive. And that will be it for Rising with Ra today. And we will be back on Friday.
Thank you, everyone, for being open and trusting me with your energy. And thank you so much for trusting me in your space. Really and truly. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's an honor. And once again, everybody, all donations, which I have my Cash App and PayPal down below, they get split between myself for doing my practices and holding space, and with our star reader. And today it's the Lavender Code. So all donations do get split between myself and the guest reader or the star guest of the practice that they share with the Rising with Ra family. So all donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you all. And
but I'm gonna get off of the live. I want them.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sister. Remember your spiritual hygiene. Replenish your energy and hydrate yourself after all that.
Actually, thank you for that.
Absolutely. Have a beautiful day.
You.
All right, everybody. Go ahead and get cozy. I'm going to do some Crown Chakra Reiki. You can either sit or lie down. And the Crown Chakra, for those that are not familiar, is located at the top of the head. And the Crown Chakra is the violet ray of light. And the Crown Chakra represents our connection with our light body, our light codes, our connection with our angelic support team and guidance, as well as our connection with divine energy to replenish our system, as well as connect to our healing from our light body and light codes. So go ahead and get comfortable, either sit or lie down. And if you're sitting, you want to make sure that you have your back as straight as possible to allow the energy to travel through your spine. If you're lying down, you don't want to cross your legs, as this will block the flow of energy in and out of the soles of your feet, which are minor chakras. You may grab a crystal if you would like a quartz crystal, selenite, moonstone, and then just placing it with both hands on top of the head. And then my guide us through 5 deep breaths at the crown chakra, as well as affirmations with Reiki infused. And go ahead and begin with the first breath, breathing in through the nose, up to the crown chakra, exhaling out of the mouth. And as you breathe, you may visualize the violet flame or the violet ray of light as the breath, breathing in. And out. You may repeat these affirmations out loud or within your mind at your own will. Breathing in. I affirm that I am open and receiving my connection of light codes and downloads from my higher self and light body. Breathing in. I affirm that I am replenishing, transmuting, cleansing, and giving up any energies and blocks within my auric field that do not serve for the highest of all. Breathing in on the 5th breath. I affirm that I am connected with source energy, angelic guidance, and I'm being recalibrated, restored, and connected with insight and guidance. And take one giant final breath in, breathing in the violet flame of transmutation. And breathe it all out. Kuyana Shia Yana Kuwa and Si Siamana Yashua Yana Kia Maku Kuma Yana Shia Yana Sua Yakia Siamaya Shua Yaki Kuwayashia Kuwayashi Siamana Kuwayashia Simi Yashua Wonderful work. Great job. Thank you for being present. Thank you for being open to receive. I trust that we have received the messages, the codes, the healing and releasing that we have needed to from this space. Thank you all for tapping into another Rising with Ra on YouTube Live and Instagram Live. I am your space holder, Marcus, aka Christolight. And our special star guest reader today was the Lavender Code on Instagram. I will have her information down below in the description on YouTube, as well as here on this Instagram post, which should save without a problem. But we never know with Instagram, so it will be on YouTube though, as YouTube is the backup, just in case. And if you would like to be a star reader or share any of your practices as a guest, feel free to message me and we can get that sorted out for Rising with Ra. Thank you, Lavender Code, for coming on, sister. Divine blessings, love and prosperity. I look forward to more collaborations with you. And everybody have a beautiful Wednesday. Have a wonderful Thursday as well. I will probably be on tomorrow on Thursday to share a meditation or hold a live space for community. So be on the lookout for that, as I will make a flyer probably tonight. And then I will be back for Rising with Ra on Friday at 11:11 a.m. Eastern. And we will be doing Earth Star Chakra. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Wholeness, balance, love, vibrations. Keep your heart sacred and remember your light.